Hi, I'm Katie Haynes, founder of the Happy Body Collective and health coach for women who want to feed themselves and their families better, healthier food, but they struggle to make it happen, especially when life gets busy like it does around the holiday season. So I created the Healthy Happy Holiday Survival Guide and this 3-part video series after a conversation I had with one of my mom friends. We were talking about how hard it can feel in the holiday season to keep going and to not want to just throw in the towel and forget all of our healthy habits that help us feel good to just get through these next couple months. She was saying that they'd been going to drive-through more often and getting takeout, and she was starting to feel like really uncomfortable in her body and bloated and also a little bit guilty. She was almost in tears. I mean, she's really busy. She has 3 kids and she works full-time, and she was just trying to figure it all out. So I told her about one of my favorite dinner hacks. It helps you get dinner in the oven in 5 minutes so that you can decompress a little bit after work, get into your jammies, relax, spend time with your family, and enjoy a really healthy dinner. The goal of this series is to help you get through the holiday season without feeling like you need a vacation when it's all done. It'll give you some tips and strategies that you can fold into your already busy routine that will help you have more energy and feel better. You'll be more present with your family, and you'll end the year feeling strong and ready to go. Before I jump in, I just want to say this one thing. I totally get that you're feeling overwhelmed, because I feel it too. There's so much that needs to get done around this holiday season. And plus, we put all this pressure on ourselves to get it just right. And maybe we feel pressure from our partners or our husbands and our families. It is no wonder that we stop running and we stop going to the gym, we stop that Pilates class. It's okay, it's not your fault. You are juggling a lot. We tend to think of healthy as being hard or time-consuming or complicated, and that just isn't true. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be really easy. Health and wellness is absolutely created in small steps. I've gotten into a holiday rut too. Lots of frozen pizza and pasta and grilled cheese sandwiches, wanting to ignore that long to-do list, so I'd pour another glass of wine and settle in with some Netflix or Outlander. And that's okay. Like, that is absolutely okay. But the thing is, it wasn't helping me feel better or more rested or even all that relaxed. I was just feeling drained and heavy and tired. So maybe you can relate. Maybe you felt that way too. But this year, we can turn it around. The meal I'm going to show you today is so easy that it almost feels like cheating. There are 5 other variations that are listed in the PDF that's below. You can download it, print it out, put it on your fridge, and then you have all these ideas for the next couple months for this really quick, simple meal. Now, I chose this one in particular because the main ingredients are both frozen. That's right, you don't even need fresh food in your fridge. You just need to have these 2 things in your freezer. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're ready to cook. What you're gonna need for this meal is a bag of frozen cauliflower and 1 piece of salmon per person. Now, you might need more cauliflower or less, kind of depending on how many you're feeding. And I know that some of you might be saying right now, my kids aren't going to eat salmon. I don't want to eat salmon, or my husband doesn't want to eat salmon. What I want to say is that you can totally use a different fish if there's another fish that you like or your kiddos like, or take a look at that PDF because there are 5 different options that don't include the salmon or fish, okay? Just wanted to throw that out there. So what we're going to do is get our cauliflower on the pan, toss it with some olive oil, and put it in the oven. So I started the oven already. It's at 400 degrees. And I'm just gonna open this up and dump it onto the tray. That is the beauty of this recipe. You literally do not need to defrost this. How crazy is that? Okay, so then we're gonna take some olive oil, spread that on here. It's about a tablespoon. It depends on how much cauliflower you're using. And then I'm just going to toss it with my hands here. You can add some salt and pepper. Okay, and what we're gonna do is put this in the oven first and let it kind of get cooking before we add the salmon. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll wait and see. Okay, so now that the cauliflower is cooking, we're gonna let that cook for about 10 minutes, and then we'll add the salmon to the pan so that they can be finished at the same time. While the veggies are cooking, let me give you a few tips about using frozen vegetables. So not any frozen veggie will work straight from frozen into the oven. I like to stick with cauliflower, broccoli, and green beans. There are some other veggies that work, and you'll see those in that PDF, but sometimes they just get mushy and they do not work. So keep that in mind. The other thing is that you can absolutely use fresh veggies here, and when you're using fresh veggies, you can roast almost any fresh veggie. It's just the frozen ones that'll get mushy. So if you have fresh veggies in your fridge that you want to use up and you have time to chop them, or maybe they're pre-chopped, you can go ahead and use those. Just keep in mind that that will change the cooking time. They'll be done a little bit faster. Okay, so this was in the oven for about 10 minutes. It's not done. It just had a little bit of a head start. And I'm gonna hit it now with a little bit of salt. And I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic powder on it. You don't have to do this. You can put whatever seasoning you want, or you don't have to season it, though I would recommend putting a little salt. Okay, and then I'm going to scooch this over. You can't really see what I'm doing. Here, let me show you. Okay, I'm just kind of scooching over, making room for the salmon. You may have to do this on 2 pans if you are cooking a larger meal or cooking for more than 2 or 3 people. So I'll just lay the salmon here. Something that you can do to keep the mess to a minimum is to put foil all over the pan. You could do that if you wanted, or you could just make like a little foil boat to put the salmon in. You know, don't cover it anything, just kind of make this third of the pan for salmon, and then make a little edge with your foil so that all of the juices kind of stay on the foil and don't go over into your veggies. You could do that if you want. So I have already seasoned the salmon with salt and pepper. I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of olive oil too. And at this point, you could do anything with the salmon. You could put any seasoning you want. You could do blackened seasoning. You could do Cajun. You could do lemon pepper, or just leave it plain. When it's cooked, I'm gonna put some like fresh salsa, fresh store-bought salsa, mind you, that I have in the fridge, and I'm gonna put that on top. So I'm just gonna season it really simply right now. And then this is gonna go back in the oven and cook until the salmon is done. When it flakes, or when it reaches 145 degrees internally. So let me put this in the oven. And that's really all there is to it. So now I want you to take a look at those recipes in the PDF, and in the comments below, tell me which ones you're gonna try with your family. So remember that healthy eating can be really easy as takeout, and almost as cheap. And that when we eat well, we feel better. We have more energy. We can think more clearly. Maybe we'll have the energy to go for a walk at lunch, or maybe we'll be able to bring more patience to our kids' homework time. In the next video, I'll share with you my go-to trick for sticking with exercise even when you don't have time. This one thing is a complete game changer that will help you stay on track throughout the holiday season. This is one you don't want to miss, so be sure to come back and watch. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching today. Bye.